Lesson 49, Quotations. A quotation is a speaker or writer's exact words. Follow these rules when writing quotations. So here are the 4 rules. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so the first rule, use quotation marks in dialogue or to set off a speaker's or writer's exact words. Always capitalize the first word of a quotation. So a dialogue, remember, that's when people talk. So this one says, Nancy said, quotation, little inventions make life easier. Okay, and then quotations. So you always put quotations at the end of when someone says something. When a quotation comes at the end of a sentence, like right here, use a comma before the quotation to separate it from the words that name the speaker or writer. Put the end mark inside the quotation marks. So for example, right here it says, Cy exclaimed, comma, this is what he said, how clever some inventors are. Now you always want to put your punctuation mark inside your quotations. And again, so if your quotations, if it comes at the end of a sentence, then you put a comma, right? And then you put the quotations and then you start. When a quotation that is a statement or a command comes at the beginning of a sentence, put a comma inside the closing quotation. So this is the beginning of the sentence, right? Harvey Kennedy invented shoelaces, comma, quotation marks, right? Nancy said, try living without them, comma, she added. So see how it's the beginning of a sentence, the comma, the quotations are there, but then the comma comes at the end of the quotation. All right, if the quotation is a question or an exclamation, put the question mark or the exclamation mark inside the closing. So just like I said, the punctuation needs to go inside, okay? And going back, like for example, this one here, since it's in the beginning of a sentence, you don't need to put a punctuation, right? Only if it's at the end of a sentence. All right, so do not use quotation marks when you do not use the speaker or writer's exact words. So this one says, Nancy said, and this is exactly what she said, let's look up the inventor's name. Again, comma, quotations. But right here, Nancy said that we should look up the inventor's name. That is not giving your exact exact thing that she said, so you don't need to put quotations. All right, practice A. Put quotation marks around each speaker's or writer's exact words. If the sentence does not give the exact words, do not add quotation marks. Okay, Terry claimed that the best inventions are very simple. Did Terry actually say something? No, right? It's just saying that he said that, but it's not giving the exact words. Liam said, look at this picture of Benjamin Franklin. All right, so this is, Liam is saying something. So it already has a comma, so you just put quotation marks here and here. Okay. Number 3, he invented the lightning rod, Liam shouted. Ooh, so he said it, right? You would put the quotations up here, right there, okay? How did he get the idea for it? Amy asked. Okay, so Amy asked, those are her exact words. Quotation marks would go up here. All right, practice B. Rewrite each sentence that is incorrectly written. Use quotation marks, capital letters, and punctuation marks correctly. If a sentence is correct as is, write correct. The traffic light was invented in 1923, Liam said. Okay, so we need to use quotation marks, capital letters, and punctuation marks. All right, so capital letters, fine, right? So Liam said this thing, the traffic light was invented in 1923. So he said it, we put the quotation here and here, right? Because that's what he said. And then we have to do one more thing. We need to put a comma right there, okay? All right, number 2, who invented it, asked May. All right, so May asked it, right? So we put a quotations here. Now, who invented it? Are we putting a period? No, right? We are putting a question mark right here because May asked who invented it. Okay, next. Okay, next. Liam replied that the inventor was Garrett Morgan. So did Liam use exact words in the sentence? No, right? So this one is just a correct because it doesn't have quotations. Nancy said, here's an 1883 picture of the first zipper. All right, so Nancy said something. She said this, but we put quotations here. It already has a period, but you have to capitalize it at the beginning of a sentence. Okay? All right. Practice C. Read the conversation below. In it, there are 9 mistakes in the use of capital letters, commas, quotation marks, and end marks. Use the proofreading marks in the box to correct the errors. All right. Terry asked, are all inventors geniuses? Question mark. Okay, that's good because she did ask. Amy responded, no, I don't think so. Here's a mistake right here, right? Because it needs to be capital letter. She added that some inventors just see a need for a new product and work hard to fill it. Other inventors have a sudden, bright idea. May added, according to this book, comma, some important inventions were accidents. Nancy exclaimed. So if she exclaimed it, that means that she exclaimed it, right? With an exclamatory. Number 2 was 2 mistakes. Cy remarked, I once had a good idea for making adjustable training wheels for my bike. Okay, so Cy said this, right? So we need to put quotations here. It's 3. And we need to put a period here. That is 4. Terry asked, did you do anything with your idea? Okay, question mark, but we're missing the quotations. 5. Okay, find 4 more mistakes. Okay. Let's see, I just want to go back to this one. She added that some inventors. Okay. All right, for practice D, you do not need to do this one, okay? All right, so you're doing practice A, B, and C for quotations.